Well, this isn't good when you get out and check your vehicle and you're dragging your tailpipe. At least it didn't fall all the way off. You need to fix that. Hi everybody, welcome to Tigner Adventures. We are in New York. So we are at this really cool Thousand Trails. This is called Alpine Lakes. And we have a lake on that side of us right there, and we have a lake on this side of us right here.
Right.
And
we have a front yard, backyard,
yep.
waterfront.
And Ninette is fishing. And we met Zach and Grace. Oh, Zach ran away.
He's coming back.
So we met Zach and Grace, and they are excited to be here fishing also. And Zach gave us a little worm. Yeah, he gave us a worm that wiggles in the water. So Ninette is trying that out. So you guys are new to camping. You still work.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yes. Sadly.
Yeah, sadly. Zach's a fireman, so he can't do that remotely.
Yep.
Nope.
And Grace is environmental engineer,
yep.
So she can do a little bit remote, but Zach's got a sweet schedule, right, Zach?
Yep, I work 2 days and I'm off 3 days, so
yeah,
we got to enjoy it when we can.
That's right, that's right. And they're doing it right to start with, so they're out here and building memories, right?
That's for
the
sure.
goal. Got them a new home there.
Yep, got them a new Grand Design fifth wheel back here that's a nice little sweet deal for them, so they are starting out correctly anyway. So
Year 5.
Maybe
Year
we'll
5.
get
Just
to your
upgrade
guys'
to-
level
yep.
one day.
Just
Goals.
upgraded to the 5th wheel, so
that'll be the goal. Yep. So
one day.
well, it's nice meeting you guys,
of course.
and have a lot of fun, lots of adventures in your life.
Of course, have a safe trip.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Trips.
Good luck.
Trips. So this has been a real fun little campground that we've stayed in here. You can see that the sites are pretty big, and we got the water everywhere, nice fishing. And so now we are headed to upper New York. We want to go to Niagara Falls, so that's where we're headed to. So when we're going along the roads here, you know, it's fun to look out and see the whole countryside and how every state is just a little different, and there's so much beauty in this country. It's important that you stop every hour or 2 hours, if not just to walk around to revitalize yourself, but to check your rig. So you need to be checking the tires and just making sure everything looks okay. Houston, we have a problem here. At least it didn't fall all the way off. Need to fix that. But that's why it's a good idea to always carry a roll of baling wire, because you never know if you're going to have to just jury rig something to get you to the place where you can buy the correct parts. So hopefully this will hang out there for a while and be okay until we get to, I guess, an O'Reilly. See if we can buy that bigger hangers. Might have to go to a truck stop. I have wired this all around here and up around there 2 times with double baling wire. And then I've also doubled up baling wire and wired around here. There's actually 3 hangers on this exhaust, and all 3 of them are broken, so it didn't all happen at once. It's just should have been paying attention to that. But you can see it's been dragging for a little bit, but I check it all the time. I just didn't really notice that when I walk around. I always stop and check the vehicle at all the different rest stops, but this has been dragging for a little bit here. Interesting, nobody ever said anything. That was a wild ride today, but we left Alpine Lakes and we are working our way over to the top of New York. So we're actually going to Niagara Falls. That's kind of what the idea was, but we are at Cracker Barrel tonight. We did run into some issues. We were going to go stay at a Boondockers Welcome, and first of all, we ran into this horrific accident on the freeway. You know, sometimes when you're, you know, this is like a couple hour delay, and we were sitting there just wondering, how did this happen? You know, you always wonder what's going on. The ambulances came and they left with their lights going on, so I guess that's a good sign. Just maybe they just got injured, but didn't look too good. But anyway, we were going to stay at a Boondockers Welcome, and you know, we like staying at those places and things like that. That's Boondockers, we've been members for a long time, and so we like it. But this time I went to look up the address to figure out how to get there and everything, and then there was a little note there that says you have to pay $10 a night to stay here. And it's like, what is this? I've never heard of this before. Is this something new with Boondockers Welcome? Because we've never paid to stay at a Boondockers Welcome, so I'm not sure why this guy is charging $10 a night, and then plus he wants you to do his power and everything. So no generators. So if it's going to be really hot out, then you're going to have to run your connect into his power, and he wants another $20 for power. So it's like, nah, just forget it. We're out of here, and we canceled that stay, and we're staying at Cracker Barrel for the night, and we are headed down to Ohio. And boy, that's a noisy bike. So anyway, we're headed down to Ohio, so to another really cool place. We really loved being at Alpine Lakes and the fishing and everything going on there. That was a lot of fun. This next place looks like it's going to be a lot of fun also. So anyway, tonight we didn't make it to Niagara Falls. We are in Rochester, New York. So that's where we are spending the night here tonight. But we made a little stop also. We stopped at the Bass Pro Shop. Found myself a new rod here. This is by the setup for the Bass Pro Shops. Nice little reel right here. This is a little 6-foot rod. Put a 6-pound test line on there. And if we look at the specs on this right here, if that focuses right there, actually a 5.5-foot rod, and it's the line weight is 4 to 8 pounds. So a light rod should be really fun to fish with and everything. And we're going to check this out at the next fishing place we're at. And then today we also stopped at Costco. So we kind of make a few different little stops as we're going. It makes the day a little longer to get to our next location, but we stopped at Costco and I did a little laptop hunting. So having a little problem with my laptop. So I actually have 2 laptops right now. I have this MacBook that I got from my son. So spilled some drink into the keys and everything, and it's kind of gone all weird. And it reboots every time I shut the lid now. I can't seem to get the settings to work right, and makes me log back in. And I can kind of get it going now. I set it in some rice for a few days and finally got it to come back on again, but it's not working very good. So there's that. So I have switched back to my MacBook Air. I kind of prefer the Air in a lot of ways because it's a little smaller, but this one's really underpowered. And so, but anyway, I keep all my files and everything on these external drives. So that was a lifesaver, especially when the one quit completely, because all I had to do was load up Final Cut Pro on this MacBook Air, and I was able to get back into editing again and everything. I didn't lose any actual files. I've gone through that one time before where a hard drive crashed and had all kinds of issues. It took me days to recover a lot of things, you know, and so don't want to do that again. That's why I keep these external drives. I do a lot of backups and things just so that I don't have those problems. But if you look here at this things from Costco, I've got 2 different options. One's a MacBook Pro and the other one's a MacBook Air. I'm kind of leaning towards the MacBook Air just for the price. We don't have a lot of money, so it's a little better price here. I put a little spreadsheet together. I'm kind of conversing with my son, trying to figure out which one might be a little bit better of an option. So I guess we'll figure that out. But we need to check into Cracker Barrel here and check out some things, and not sure if we're gonna have dinner tonight or breakfast in the morning or what we're doing yet. And we are just tucked in here, really nice and sweet. Nice little setup over here. We like to get on the side with some grass over here. We don't have Tansy's cage out hanging on the window yet, but when it comes evening time, things die down a little bit. We'll go ahead and put her cage hanging out here so that she can go out during the evening if she wants to. So we're taking a little trip into Cracker Barrel. Check this out. We always like to look at their 60% off their t-shirts. Picked up some cool little t-shirts, so we're gonna check that out. Not this one. Now they have loud music, so we'll have to start inside. Right corner as you come in the door, always this area here is 60% off, so we like to look at this. So all kinds of interesting things here. I'm kind of looking for t-shirts, but well, I don't. Oh, here's something here. Let's see. Oh, that's a girl's. That's looks like it's all long sleeve. So, okay, I think we found a winner. Look at this one. It even says, "I glow in the dark." Yeah, and then look at these prices. So it translates it right there. This one's $17.99. So they didn't have it on there, but this is somewhere between $6.80 and $8 for this shirt. So not a bad little price for a pretty cool looking little t-shirt. So we're gonna grab this one. They also have cool little things all the time. Look at these magnifying glasses. Not quite there yet. My glasses seem to work pretty good. But all kinds of goodies that you can go through here for kids and women and men, children, whatever. There's lots of stuff here. Look at this. It's like they have a lot of Halloween stuff. So dancing broom. We usually get these, like these orange sticks.
Oh, but they're gone in a day.
Yeah, we end up eating them too much, so we kind of have to refrain. Just looking at different little mugs here. Look at this. How many of you guys remember Rainbow Bright? We used to watch that all the time when our kids were little. I haven't seen that for a long time, but they have a lot of cool cups here. Hello Kitty down there. That's our not quite youngest daughter's favorite thing, but anyway, lots of cool things. This is more my style. Used to watch Scooby-Doo all the time. That is a weird cup. That'd be hard to drink out of. So that's not very practical, but it's still cool looking. They always have such cool things all around the dining room here too. So all decorated up really cool. Well, we got our chicken dinner. So they make them so big. We always share because by the time we eat all this, we're really stuffed. So we just don't eat that much. So it's a little cheaper to share, and we don't go away hurting. The mighty fisherman.
I know I'm catching up to you now. We found how to do it.
So we did finally start catching some fish, and we caught quite a few bass and a few bluegills. So we had a lot of fun. The catch and release, that's what we were doing, and it worked out really well. Well, it has been a wild video. We started off in New York. We've gone through Pennsylvania. We've gone through Ohio.
We went to Pennsylvania a few times. It seems like we kept coming around.
Yeah. So we went through Erie, Pennsylvania. We drove through there to get to Ohio. So we are currently in Jefferson, Ohio. That's where we finished. Had lots of fun fishing. That was so.
David decided he liked fishing now that he's catching.
So yeah, got that fishing pole and.
And your wonder worm from.
Yep, Zach gave me that wonder worm, so that was pretty good. Although I did catch a bunch of things this morning on just some other little lures that Willie, remember Willie? I talked about Willie before. Was showing me and telling me to use and things, and those worked really good too. So
anything.
She caught quite a few too. I mean, if you look at these pictures and video, I mean, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. So
we didn't know it was fun to catch and release until we did it.
Yeah.
Okay,
and just to give an update on the exhaust, I did get 3 new hangers for the muffler and was able to lift that all back up into place. So luckily that did not come apart. So anyway, that's all been repaired also. So we've gone through a few different little repairs and things like that. But yeah, it's really important to check stuff. So
thrown up when we pulled over. It's like, why is all
Yeah,
that dust?
it was because we were plowing the road. So anyway, we had a lot of fun. This is a really cool place too. This is Kinsey Thousand Trails. The last few Thousand Trails we've had lakes, and this one you can actually keep the fish if you wanted to. We
should have. I got
that
nice
really
bass,
big
but
one. We've never cooked those and everything. So anyway, we threw them back. So we did catch and release. So it's fun because then you go home and you don't have to worry about it anymore. So
It'd be nice to eat some fish.
anyway, so we're done here anyway, and we're just gonna. Ninette's been baking. Look at her cool bread. She made. This is gonna be sandwich bread, right?
Yeah, this is the first time I've tried this.
This is sourdough sandwich bread.
We're good. Yeah, sourdough sandwich bread.
So this will be new.
Oh, yeah.
We're cooking outside because I think if I looked at the thing, I think it said based on the humidity and the heat, the index today is 95. So I'm sitting here sweating. Been running AC quite a bit and everything, but anyway, we have a beautiful view.
All winter. Now it's like, now
we knew that's how it was going to be, though.
it's warm now.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got a really cool view of these different lakes that we're staying at. We're going to be staying at a few more Thousand Trails that have lakes and everything. So we're going to still be doing some more fishing and having fun and just playing and enjoying life. That's what this is all about.
Yes.
This isn't our
Living day by
vacation.
day.
This is our life. So we're just enjoying life.
We just have to decide
and
if we want
having
to
fun.
bike ride or fish or golf, putt-putt, or
We
go
try
to
to.
the swimming pool. We'll probably start going to the swimming pool now. It's so hot.
Yep.
But
So
there haven't been hot tubs in a lot of these. So.
the key here is to make it as less stressful as we can and just enjoy life, right?
Yeah.
So we're having fun.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming along. We'll catch you on our next video as we head on a little bit more into Ohio and then into Indiana. So that's where we're going. See you later.
Bye.